Shalom everyone from Israel. In our last video, we examined the claim by former U.S. House Speaker Newt Gingrich that the Palestinians were an invented people, and we concluded that he was right. Arabs who lived in this region of the Middle East did not use the word Palestinian to define themselves. So just when did they start identifying as Palestinians? I'll let you know in just a minute. Hi, I'm Cantor from Tiferet Yeshua congregation right here in Tel Aviv, Israel. At the end of this short video, I'm going to tell you how to get my free book. In the 1920s, the British took control of what they called Palestine, formerly part of the Ottoman Empire. The Arabs of the region rejected the name Palestinian because it seemed to be, to them, amazingly enough, too Jewish or connected to the Crusades. They swore their allegiance to Syria and considered Palestine actually southern Syria. This is a fact. In 1939, one Palestinian leader said, "There is no such country as Palestine. Palestine is a term that the Zionists invented. There is no Palestine in the Bible. Our country was for centuries part of Syria." And even as the Palestinian Arab narrative began to develop, or be created, in 1976, Syrian President Hafez al-Assad sought to remind the leaders of the PLO that Palestine was really southern Syria, and they should represent the Arabs living there. Quote, "Do not forget one thing, there is no Palestinian people, no Palestinian entity, there is only Syria." Now back to the 1920s. At that time, there were only 500,000 Arabs living in the region. Joseph Farah, an Arab Christian journalist, writes, "The Arab population of Palestine was historically extremely low, prior to the Jews' renewed interest in the area beginning in the 1900s. Mark Twain referred to Palestine as a desolate country that is given over wholly to weeds. He goes on to say that he never saw a human being. Sorko-Ram writes, "The return of the Jewish people was accompanied by economic prosperity for the region, and Arabs migrated to enjoy the higher standard of living." By 1948, there were more than 1.3 million Arabs in the region. The Arab population had nearly tripled in 30 years. That means around 2/3 of those who called themselves Palestinian actually came from other countries after 1919. But now, if you listen to the Palestinians explain their history, you get an assortment of myths ranging from, "We are from the ancient Philistines," or "We're connected to the ancient Canaanites," to "Jesus was a Palestinian." Palestinian theologian Saim Atik asserts Jesus of Nazareth was also a Palestinian living under occupation. Scottish minister Alistair Black, in a Christmas message, referred to the Jewish Messiah in Bethlehem because of a census as a Palestinian refugee under occupation.
And this is the hope of Christmas, that the birth of another Palestinian child, who was born a refugee and subject to military oppression, brought.
Quoting from Israel Hayom, the noted scholar of nationalist movements, Anthony Smith, once made a differentiation between two kinds of methods in constructing a national identity. The first method is determining a national grouping on the basis of a shared culture and history. The second method is used by nations who do not have such a shared common history and thus need to invent it all from scratch. And that, my friends, was the genius of Arafat. Because of him, your average Joe assumes that 1. There was once a nation called Palestine. False. 2. The Jews took it from them in 1948 to create Israel. Also false. And 3. The Palestinian Arab people have been settling in modern-day Israel for thousands of years. Again, false. In part 3, we will give further proof that the Palestinian narrative was invented, and it's going to blow your mind. To be clear, God loves each and every one of these Arabs. He wants them to know Yeshua. We are not seeking to attack them, but simply to reveal the historical truth. I hope this video has been a blessing to you. To get my free ebook, The 15 Most Important Facts About the Israeli-Palestinian Conflict, just go to roncan.net/15facts and make sure that the F is capitalized. This video has been brought to you by our congregation Tiferet Yeshua. For more information, please go to reachtelaviv.org. And while you're there, consider making a donation so that we can continue to share the good news of Yeshua here in Israel and bring you more of these weekly teachings. Now, don't forget to subscribe. Shalom from Tel Aviv.